was already at 16 running 20.8, and he was running 20 point something, but we never competed against each other. So you needed certain kind of monies to actually go to the Olympics. And I didn't have money at that time.
Yeah.
And so both track clubs got together, and because he was from Arizona and they had wind gauges and all the perfect stuff that you need to compete, they chose him to go. So, yeah, I qualified another time, and the record company didn't want me to compete. They were afraid that I would hurt myself. I'm like, well, let me try it out. But and then I got into that accident in Brazil. And so I was saying, maybe it's a sign or something. Maybe I'm just not supposed to do
what
that.
Accident?
But
you can't just drop that and skate on by it. What accident?
We was in Brazil. I was performing on this show called Champagne. And it was like people were everywhere. The car was trying to get out of. We had shot this show. Champagne was like the only soap opera in Brazil that they would watch. Wow. So everybody would tune into this show. Mm-hmm. And I went on as Lillo. I did Just My Imagination, because Just My Imagination had gotten very big there.
Yeah.
And we did the show. Everything was great. So now the limo is pulling out, and there's people jumping on the car and everything. And the driver pulled out, and then he freaked out a little bit and sped up into this thing. And we ran into this other car, and I hit my knees.
Oh, goodness.
And then they got out of the car, and the guy said something in Portuguese. And I asked, the lady, what is he saying? She says, because all I saw was, da, 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 and then he ran. So I asked the translator, like, well, what did he say? And he said, I don't have a license. And then he ran. So I was like, okay. But I still felt that I could have competed in the Olympic Games. But when the record company said they'd rather me not, I said, okay, I got to let that go.